Hello and welcome to Robocraft, the game where you build, drive, and fight. In this game, you will be building robots out of cubes, prisms, tetragons, and many other shapes and pieces, including headlights, wheels, hover plates, 3 different types of guns, shields, and there's no robot arms though. So I'm just going to go ahead and log in. This game was made by FreeJam, and it's in constant development. And it's a pretty good looking game. It's still an alpha though, so don't be surprised if not everything works 100% perfectly. But I would recommend waiting on the premium because occasionally if they experience any downtime they'll give you free premium, and it's really not that great. I mean, you do get 50% extra everything, but if you're good at the game and you have good designs you can earn that too. So it's up to you. Head and log in right now. I'll explain some of the UI. Right now, this will be the name of your robot, your garage slot, which is shown here by pressing G. There's 3 garage slots. I have my personal favorite, the Dreadnought. I have the tutorial right here, and I have a copied bot, the Feel My Wrath. Here's the leaderboard, but you need to build a T2 robot before you see anything. And there's little texts everywhere that can tell you things. Here's one of the maps. It's actually readable, and the objective and all that. There's another map over there. And it basically looks just like that. So, there's many different piece types, but before that, the UI. Along the bottom is the tier bar. Along the lower left is the chat bar. The tier bar is the more parts you place, I'll show you. Say you place a really high power part, notice how that bottom bar, it goes up and down, and the section it's in, defines your tier. So place a level 4 railgun / plasma launcher, you'll shoot up a tier if you're in tier 1. This basically keeps level 99 basically players, really experienced players, from being lumped in with really inexperienced players. However, if you use this kind of armor, you can still get away with small amounts of it, so you can have armor that no one can damage. So if you take a robot and you build it a tiny little rover built out of that, tier 5 armor, which is really good, and you have some basic wheels and a couple guns, nobody will be able to destroy you with their weak guns, so you'll have plenty of time to shoot them apart at your leisure. Now, I'll cover that later, but this is a very basic tutorial. This is your basic chassis cube right here. It's pretty simple. It's got low armor, it's very light, and it's white. So you won't be able to change the color, but if you have a lot of money, you can make rainbow bots. The next is the heavy ballast cube, which is basically a cube that's very heavy, has the same amount of armor and basically cost, but you can use it to balance things, weigh things down, or, in some cases, make robots that can do flips. But that's later, again. Next is your windshield cube, and until you get better armor than this, you can use it, but once you do, there's no point, because your pilot somehow has X-ray vision. So, next up is your armor. Armored cubes, they're like this, except they're colored, and their color corresponds to their armor value. Brown cubes are tier 1. Green cubes are tier 2, teal cubes tier 3, and these cubes are not actually tier 5, they're tier 4. And this has like 200 armor, 300 armor, and let me see about the other two. This one, Armored Cube T1, has 88 armor, and this one has 136. So it's a nice leap. It'll take, instead of 1 shot to kill your cubes, to destroy them, it'll take 2, or 3, or 4, or maybe even 5. Now, next up, we have the ways to get around, your transportation means. You have 2, on wheels and in the air. There's another one, but that's not basic. It's very complicated and takes forever to design. So I'll cover that in an advanced tutorial. Now basically, these wheels, they have a set amount of weight they can hold. So if you put thousands and thousands of cubes, which I don't believe is possible, but who knows, on 1 or 2 or 3 wheels, you're going to have an overload, and the wheels will only run at half capacity. You'll have problems with steering, and the physics of the game might just cause you to not be able to move. Your alternative is hover blades. If you put enough of these in a spread out area, you have ultimately stable robots that, if planned right, you can flip on command, allowing you to adapt to different situations. Say some of your guns are on the top and you're fighting an air enemy, and you want to use, I don't know, differently placed guns to fight that air enemy. You can flip over and fight them, and then a tank comes up. You can flip over again and fight them. So it really leaves you in a nice position. However, if placed incorrectly, they will end your day, or your session at least. Next up, we have your weapons. Since you can only have one type of weapon, I'm going to show them here one at a time. You have your subatomic particle cannon. Very nice looking. It's semi-automatic. It shoots, so every 9 times, that's hard to explain. It shoots very slowly, but you can stack the speed by placing more, up to a maximum of 8. Placing 9 will not increase your fire rate any more than 8 will, so top out at 8 or you'll be wasting money and repair costs. The next gun is the plasma launcher. You will have to do a little bit of research to grab a hold of these because it costs a lot of money. And it costs a lot of research points, and you can't even get it till you do some stuff. But I'm going to show you to help you get an idea of what you'll be doing soon, very soon. So, these things, they're like grenade launchers, semi-automatic grenade launchers with a recharge of about 3 seconds. And multiple grenade launchers plasma launchers will fire at the same time. So if you have 20 plasma launchers, that's 20 bolts of deadly bomb flying at your enemy's face, and it's pretty scary to see one loaded up, so most people will run. Have fun chasing them. And then final gun, which I do not own because they revamped the tier tree system so that I don't have access to it anymore. It's a railgun, and it looks like this. And you might be wondering how I'm flashing to all these different menus. I'll explain that too. The railgun right here. It's basically a very long cannon that is pretty awesome looking, and yeah. After the end of this video, I'll have enough tech points to get it, and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so next up, your shielding. This is the only way you can shield your craft in a certain way. Now basically, these are really nice because when you place them, they have armor and shielding. So that means, say you take a couple shots of damage and you escape, or you destroy them. Well, the couple shots of damage this took, yeah, that hits its shield, but that shield regenerates after 15 seconds, which means you'll be back in full health as long as you stay put. It's pretty useful if you have aircraft because generally most people will get in 1 or 2 shots at you and you'll jet off. It's very nice. Next up you have, oh wait, let me delete all this. And the longer you hold down your delete button, the faster it'll delete things, but I'm not displaying that right now because it'll take a while to spin up. Next thing, you have your radar jammers, receivers, and, let me see. Receivers, and, yeah, receivers and jammers. These are your level 1 jammers, and these are your level 3 receivers, which it's basically the level 1, but they haven't changed any of the names. So this keeps you from popping up on the minimap, and this lets you make other people pop up on the minimap. There's also trackers, which basically, if anybody else sees it and you're close to them, you'll see it too. Last but not least, definitely not least, are your alignment rectifiers. That's basically complicated talk for flipping you over at the press of a button. Now, this isn't what I was talking about when I was talking about those hovercrafts. I was thinking more thrusters, which look like this. They look like this. They provide a force opposite the direction they're placing. It's pretty simple. It's like a jet engine. So, the little number popping out of the back is exactly how much force you'll be spewing out. For those of you who like to make lots of calculations to build very elaborate and awesome, generally, robots. Now the last thing, the alignment rectifier. They will flip a set portion of your mass over. It's better that they're placed Sorry about that, my recording cut out. It's better that they're placed, shoot. It's better that they're placed on one end of your aircraft because they'll shoot you up, and if all the force on all sides is the same, you'll just go straight up. It won't flip you up at all. So, as a note, basically you just want to have them on one side. A lot lining one side is usually sufficient. They're pretty heavy lifters because there's only 3 tiers, so have fun with them. They're also pretty cheap. As in 100 units cheap. Now, further explanation of the UI, now assisted with mouse because it's along the top. You have your tab menu, but I'll get to that later. First off, you have your money, and you have your premium money, basically. This is earned in-game. This, however, is not. You can add your funds here, and there's also premium. I explained that at the beginning, which is basically, you get more of everything. Now, next up is, in the upper left, you might not be able to see it because of an overlay of Bandicam, but it says 21 player level, and then there's a bar that's 2/3 full. That basically determines how big your robots are allowed to be. And right next to that is your CPU usage. Since it's empty, I'm not using anything. But the more pieces you place, the more that's going to fill up. And when it's full, you can't place anything more. So it basically means that you can't build a tier 10 robot out of just cubes. You'll run out. Which is why you have to do some leveling. Which is pretty simple. Play. The more game time you have, you'll constantly gain XP. The better you are, the faster you'll gain XP, and that compels you to be better. So, it's pretty simple. Now, lower left is the chat. I already said this, but I'll demonstrate by saying, making a video. And the community is pretty nice, but I'm going to go ahead and get out of there so I can explain some more stuff. Upper left is actually an X to get out of this menu for mouse people, and there's also a gear for your settings. So I have it set on all this stuff: build mouse speed, flight mouse speed, invert Y, auto repair. I'm going to disable that so I can show you after I get blown up on purpose. And basically, now for the tab menu. By pressing any of these in parentheses buttons, you'll bring up this tab automatically, but I prefer to do tab and then go wherever. Now, battle mode, or the battle tab. You can practice or you can battle online. Pretty straightforward because they have descriptions. Feel free to read that. The tech tree. This is what I was talking about when I said you can't get railguns right off the bat, and you can't get plasma launchers right off the bat, and you can't get a lot of things right off the bat. You start out with SMGs, radar jammers, alignment rectifiers, and wheels. That's it. Then, once you play a little, you'll get these tech points, and you'll be like, hey, I got tech points, and you can research stuff. Like these armored cubes, and these SMGs, and these hoverblades, which will open so many more opportunities. Then, once you get up to tier 2 and 3, you can get new guns, more powerful existing guns, hoverblades, better hoverblades, helium tanks, and wheels. Even more powerful wheels and even more resistant and deadlier electroplates, and yeah, that's pretty awesome too. Anything you've researched can be bought here. Each thing has a cost in both Galaxy Cash, which you pay for, and I don't know what RP stands for. Robo Points, I think? I don't know, I just came up with that. And as you can see, the Galaxy Cash is, 1 Galaxy Cash is 5 Robo Points, roughly. Because, you know, this is odd and this is even and all. Or this is odd and this is even, so it's probably not. But it's roughly, if you want to buy a couple parts, if you know exactly what you're going to buy, and you know exactly how much it costs in Galaxy Cash, then, and you want to build it now, then go ahead and add the appropriate amount of funds. 100,000, 200,000, 60,000, 27,000. You can even change your currencies right here. And your premium. Da 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 da. Purchase with Galaxy Cash. So, basically, it's pretty cool. Now for your garage. Basically, in the upper left corner along here, you can load it. You can sell every cube. It won't be returned to your inventory. It'll be returned back to the shop, and you'll get a little bit of money. So don't sell your bots. Recycle them. You'll see how many cubes it uses up, what tier it is, and you'll see whether or not it has a double bonus, which basically means if you win with it, you get double what you normally would. You can change your name like this, so you can basically do whatever you want. It's got a character limit, but it's pretty long. So let me just change that back. Next, you've got your social. I have Gombo and Saberwolf, just them, because I don't really play with friends. I play alone because it's way better that way for me. And I have my inventory, chassis, movement, hardware, special, cosmetic, and that's it. That's now for the battle. I'm going to show you how to build a robot. Now this robot is actually worse than the robots that are actually in your starting thing. Like when you first boot up the game with a new account, you'll have 3 starting robots. But since you built it yourself, you'll have knowledge to build an even better robot. And while those robots look cool, if you shoot them in the right place, you can get a one-hit kill or even an immobilizing kill. Or an immobilizing shot. Like, there's one that has a 1 unit thick, and then there's some stuff over here, and then there's some stuff over here, and then it's back here. But if you shoot the centerpiece, it all comes apart. So that's why the starter robots are not good. Now I'm going to show you how to make a better robot. My video might just be cutting out right now. I'm going to check that. Yeah, I have about 4.5 minutes. So I'm going to speed build this. You want a 5x5 chassis, 1 unit thick. It's built directly onto the ground because when you place the wheels, it'll crank it up automatically. Make it 7 units long. You can hold down the mouse, but it's not as fast as manually clicking it. And if you hear talking in the background, it's just my family. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then, to mount your weapons, you want to have a 5 unit high wall, including the chassis. Be quiet. And then your wall is done. And then you want to have a little thing right here for your pilot seat. You want to keep that pretty well protected. And you just want to build that up. Don't close the top. Don't close the top because you want to be able to actually stick him in there. So then, you want to take some wheels. Make sure they're steering wheels because there's a difference. Only use steering wheels because they're better. They go and they steer. The power wheels are worse, way worse. So you've got your free steering wheels. They're level 1. They're crappy, but they will do. Then, since you might or might not have any money, if you do have money, put your light chassis prism on there. Put them where you see fit. If you don't have any money, it's okay. Take some of your free front mount SMG ones and place them on the corners and one in the center. Then, if you've got any money, place 2 top mount SMGs for added depth. Then these pilot seats are free because they're essential to every robot. Put him in there, seal up the top. It should work. If it didn't, you didn't do something right. I'm not going to say what because it's on you. Then, if you have them, place some radar dishes. And if you have it, place an alignment rectifier on right below those radar dishes. Place them horizontally so they fit. Another thing you might want to do is lower this wheelbase. I'm going to do that right now and show you exactly what I'm talking about. Basically, at the corners of the chassis, place a block down. And I think my video is going to cut out soon. Yeah, I've got 1 minute, so I'm going to finish speed building this. Oh, not that. No, not that either. Here we go. And place your wheels lower. It'll give you ground clearance for bumps and other obstacles. And go ahead and place some of those free wheels up here, so if you flip on your face, you can still move around. Also, go ahead and take these and get rid of them, and build pillars back here, so that if you flip on your butt, you can also move. Let me fix that. My video is about to cut out, so be patient. And then you want to put your these, whatever they're called, I forgot. Radar scanner, I think that's what they are. Enemy radar detectors, actually. Or you can take them and put them on here. Just put them somewhere. It doesn't matter. It's got like a 1 meter difference. So, there. Now if you flip on your back, you're good. If you flip all the way on your back, like literally upside down, you should be alright. If you flip on your front, you should be able to wiggle around until your alignment rectifiers kick in. And now you've got guns, transportation, armor, and press B to... I knew it would cut out at some point, so yeah. it cut out. Now let's press B to battle. I might cut out the loading times and I might not, so if this kind of skips around, don't be afraid. And actually, I'm not going to cut it out because there's some UI things I want to explain that pop up. Basically, the longer you stay in this, the more likely you're going to get into a battle, so I'm going to pop in and out of this occasionally so I don't get in a battle before I'm done explaining. This is your wait time. It's how long you've been in a battle. This is your average wait time. It's how long most people will be waiting. This is your server's free. That's basically how fast is your server's going to be. That's how many battles have been today, and this is how many robots of each tier and your totals. You can also press escape to cancel it. And there's another thing. Standard battles are available from rank 2. No, they're available at all times, but once you get up past rank 2, there will be 8 minutes of standard battles and yeah, 2 minutes of ranked battles, which basically means that's going to go in the leaderboards, but the leaderboards is disabled, which is why it starts at tier 2. So, back to battle. Oh, and keep it clean, guys, because it will kick you off if you're mean. That doesn't stop some people, but just know that. And any text you make is highlighted in bold. And when you're ready, this will disappear, so don't think you closed it. And what's happening? Let me see something. My internet connection is horrible today. Sorry guys, it might take a little sec. No. I'm just gonna cut this oh, wait, no, here we go. So, right now, it's gonna take a while, so I know I have time. Down below is your little loading symbol. If that stops, you need to reset. To the left of it is the teleporting players, as long as that's moving. Now, on the right side is enemy team, on the left side is friendly team. It's kind of self-explanatory, and my frame rate is dying. So I'm going to finish. Objective, capture the base. And there's 2 maps. Actually, I think there's 4 maps now. And they're pretty easy. Just run if somebody starts shooting you and you don't know where it's come from. Just move, because it'll be harder to hit you. Now, let's do this, and I'm going to get blown up pretty quickly. Oh, jeez. Sorry, guys. I'm going to try that one more time. Actually, no, I won't. I'm gonna try it one more time. Come on, come on. Don't be mean. I've only got 2 bars. You know what, maybe I will move closer. That was just my flash drive. Alright, I'm moving. If it cuts in, then we're good, but if it doesn't, then it's bad. Oh, nope, here we go, I can stay at my station. Okay, now I'm going to see how much time we have because let's do this, and hopefully I have a little bit less, or a better connection. I'm going to open my door to see if that helps. Well, I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm back, and the door is open, and my dog comes running in. Say hello, Buster! Nope? Okay, my name is loading. And yes! So your robot might spawn in backwards, that's normal. They have a little bit of a problem with that. If you have trouble steering, that's okay too, just don't flip over too quickly. And you should have no problems, just... Oh, by the way. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. Hold up. See, those alignment rectifiers can flip you over. If you get stuck like this, your alignment rectifiers will lift you straight up into the air, which is bad. But as long as you're pointing in a good direction, you can, I'm just completely stuck. Sorry guys. But upper left is, oh, here we go. So your upper left is your friendly roster, your lower left is your enemy roster, lower right is your mini-map, red is enemy, blue, oh god. Blue is, friendly. Lower left is still your chat, that's pretty persistent, but it's only game members now. Upper middle left-ish. I'm having a bad day today, aren't I? Upper, like middle up, almost, is your timer, and if the enemy starts capturing your base, that'll appear there too. We are done. Now, the longer you shoot, the less accurate your gun gets. Right-click to aim, and I'm still using my alignment rectifiers to try and do something about this whole... Oh, here we go. This is why you want a wide wheelbase and good clearance. If you guys had trouble with this, then I understand that. But at least I'm wiggling. Can't say that from my other buddies. You want to be able to hit whatever's trying to shoot at you, so it's recommended that if you flip over, or you know you're going to flip over, try pointing somewhere useful, because you'll get shot to pieces for no reason if you aren't pointing somewhere useful. So, I'm going to check how much time I have. Oh yeah, there's also the self-destruct. And we're good. I got 4 minutes and 15 seconds? Yeah. Oh, too far. Here we go. Come on. This is completely and totally unfair. This sucks. Sorry, but this happens a lot. So don't build robots with bad wheelbases. You'll regret it. Oh my god, 1 second. I'm gonna log out right now. Okay, sorry about that. 1 second. Alright, now I'm back. So, if you get blown up, which you undoubtedly will... Oh, by the way, I self-destructed, so that's why I didn't get any kills. I'm gonna build a wider wheelbase for you guys, and then I'm gonna play again, and hopefully I'll be uninterrupted. So basically, this shows you what you did. Shows you what you could have earned, what you did earn, and I'm gonna tell you how to earn things. Shooting people earns you money. Dying earns you money. Killing and assisting in killing people earns you money. Capping the base earns you a lot of money. And basically all the things I just said also earn you little bits of tech tokens, which can be spent in the tech tree, which I explained. Now you just press R to repair your battle robot. So press R, and I would tick this little box so that you can auto repair it, so you'll never have to bother with it again. Now I'm going to widen the wheelbase and try this again, because I know you guys want to see me get completely exploded. And I kind of do too, because I have not experimented with this new design prior to making this video, you guys. So, let's see just how deadly my not deadly at all robot can be. More wheels. And after this, I'm going to show you my dreadnought, which is pretty awesome, so stick around for that too. Yeah, that looks about right. And the upper thing, since it's not going to flip over, I don't need these extra wheels, thus lowering my weight and increasing my speed. So, if you got blown up and you have a little bit of money, how about investing in some nice new prisms? They look awesome, and they fit in places that other blocks may not fit. So, if you're that kind of guy, then put all your artsy stuff on there right now, because soon I'm going to be getting into another... Ah, that's great. Another battle. Battle time. Let's see. This shouldn't be too terrible, because 7 more servers just got operational. So, let's see. Here we go. 7 servers makes a difference. Oh, by the way, your names are in italics and a little where you could drive onto me, I would fly you up into the sky and drop you. And it's fun, but it's also kind of dumb. So, I'm just going to show you how win, I guess. Okay. Now you might be running out of time. Nope. Alright. Let's do this. See how much better this looks? And yeah, it looks kind of stupid, but they'll laugh, and they'll get blown up, and then they'll be sad. That's how it always is. So don't be ashamed if your robot looks like a turd. Or even if it looks like if it doesn't look like a turd, but it acts like one. because soon you'll build a good robot that no one can stand up to, like my Dreadnought. In the advanced robots tutorial, I'll show you how not to do that. And how to do things like that. That tank, oh jeez, that tank right there. Yeah, running into things, clipping things with your wheels is not a good idea. And you might or might not see a flying robot at tier 1. Oh, I see enemies. How about we go and fight? Let's try this right here. Oh, he sees me more than his friend does. Just want to shoot at them, try and hit their counterparts, or if you see a flat one, hit him. You'll get blown up, but have your fun. When you're done, get blown off. Oh, I got blown up. That's fun. Now you can see who killed you and copy their design if you want. That's kind of cheesy though. That design is okay, but it's not that great. I'm going to show you how to build better designs. That's a truly terrible design. Who does that? And that's an okay design, depends on how resilient you really want to be. That used to be probably a pretty good design. This could be a good design. That probably was a very good design, but notice the thing about all these vehicles, their tops are poking out. If someone decides to shoot you in the head from way above with a floater vehicle, you are done for, because one shot to your pilot will completely destroy him. Now I'm simply going to show you, so lower right is your controls for that, middle left, middle right is who kills who, and that's really it. I'm going to go back and just show you my Dreadnought, because it's a good end for this video, which is like, what, 25 minutes long? Sorry for the length, guys, but I want to cover everything. Your vehicle will now auto-repair if you selected that. You don't have to, because some of you need the money. You'll be a little richer than when you started, and now I'm going to show you my Dreadnought. So, here it is. Yes, beautiful. Well, not really. It looks like a turd with wheels. But people laugh, and then they get exploded, and then they get freak out, and then they copy my design. So you'll see a lot of these. So basically, you've got thick frontal armor. About four units of heavy frontal armor. I used to put a face on here like this, but that pushed me into tier 4 before I was ready. Oh, here's a ranked battle. A good chance to explain that. It won't happen immediately for you, but it will happen. So, I'm gonna go into battle. I'm not even gonna explain it because, I mean, it's too advanced. You'll get confused maybe, and maybe you won't. So, in the advanced tutorial, tune in for that. It'll be released with the same time as this video, because I'm gonna release maybe 4 or 5 videos to keep you guys waiting for the next one. And if you don't like me, you don't like me. If you do like me, you do like me. So, before I forget, I wish you guys would leave a like and subscribe. If you don't like those oh, I posted this, oh, I posted that, then don't subscribe. Drop a comment, but try not to be negative. I do review all comments, but I do not review the mean ones. Anyways, let's see what this Dreadnought can do. Now, for those of you who don't know what it is, it's basically a huge hulking ship, which is medium speed and lots of weapons. Like this. I mean, it's got the maximum number of guns you can have without destroying your DPS or anything. And it's gonna take about 30 seconds to explode me. And these people have figured out what angles can destroy your home base, and they are not afraid to use that knowledge. So I would try not to go in a fray unless you are a fray bot, which basically means you're built to get destroyed really quickly, or you have good armor. Now, if you're a bot with wheels, you'll get the bravery bonus, and it'll be kind of fun watching how long and how frustrated they get trying to destroy you. But it will also be very unfulfilling. And you can steal people's kills all you want. I mean, he's a pretty good bot, but I just reduced him to 64 and no prob. How about I show you and go where a little bit of close call can do? Destroy him. Destroy him. Don't shoot too fast or... Oh, that's good. Now I'm getting... Oh, somebody else got him. I'm getting blown up. Now that is a bad bot design. The guns are easy to shoot off. And his pilot's exposed. One well-placed shot can destroy him all. Oh, I'm screwed now. Well, yeah, I was ganged up on, and the others had better armor, and yeah. My robot only works well on medium light vehicles, but if they're also heavy, I'll probably expend all my energy fighting them. Now this is a good example of a flyer takedown machine. Oh, that's not good. You basically sit there and use really accurate shots to destroy those little tiny airplanes in the sky, which I'm going to show you how to build in my next tutorial. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut the link to this video, and I'll see you guys. This has been Craft. Any other usernames I go by are also Malikio Baus and Poopy Pop in one case, but you know, Poopy Pop. Funny. Now, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, if you thought you liked my first ever YouTube video, aside from a dog one I made, but I took that one down because it was not very good at all. That was a terrible video. Sorry about that. My recording cut out. So, I will see you guys. This has been Hazardous Works doing hazardous work. See ya. And tune in for my next video.